Greetings, beloved beings, fellow travelers on this planet, and guests from other realms. My name is Izobel Freeman, and this is a personal reading for Michelle, recorded on May 4th, 2018. Michelle has graciously allowed me to use her first name for this reading, which I'm sharing here on my channel so that you can all get an idea of how one of my personal readings feels compared to the general readings that I currently post monthly. Michelle has in fact ordered the Quick Cross reading, which is the reading I do for generals. So this will be a great example of the energy difference using the same spread. I'm really excited for this reading, and I've invited in all of my guides and Michelle's. So let's get to the cards without further ado. As I do in every reading, I'm going to begin by lighting my little candle for my beautiful spirit kitty Pinky, who was in physical with me until 2015 and was and still is my greatest spiritual teacher. All right. Welcome, everyone, and welcome, Michelle, to your personal reading. I am very, very excited. There's a lot going on with you, I must say. FYI, for every reading that I've listed on my site on the services page that's longer than, say, a 3-card reading, I do ask for the birth date of the asker, the person who for whom the reading is, the one who's asking questions. And Michelle, I did use your birth date that you submitted on the site to take a look just in general at what was going on astrologically in the sky on the date of your birth, just to see what the energy was, what some of the planets were doing. Of course, it's not like a full-on astrological reading because I don't have specific details like your birthplace or your birth time, but I did get a chance to kind of peek in at the planets and see what was going on when you came into the game on planet Earth. And I've got to tell you, you are part of one special, amazing generation. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you have gotten your astrology read by a professional, but I highly, highly recommend that you find an astrologer with whom you resonate and find somebody that you really think their energy is great and do an astrological reading with them, because you have some amazing alignments just on the day, just in general, on the day that you were born. On the day of your birth, your natal Uranus, the planet of radical revolution, and let's just flip the table and change all the rules on everything. Uranus was conjunct a very special point in the Wheel of the Zodiac called the Galactic Center. And for those of you who don't know, the Galactic Center is located approximately right now. It moves a little bit just due to precession. Right now it's hanging out at approximately 26 degrees of Sagittarius. And our dear friend Michelle has her Uranus just like others in her generation. This is not just unique to you. It's other people who were born around the same time that you were born. Because Uranus is such a slow-moving planet, it hangs out at any one point in the Wheel of the Zodiac for quite some time. But during the time that you were born, your whole generation, the whole batch of kids that were coming into planet Earth at that time, had this Uranus conjunct Galactic Center energy. And the Galactic Center is exactly what it sounds like. It's the center of our Milky Way galaxy. For those of you who are just joining us and are new for this reading, I have some serious energy going on. I don't know if you can see the handshake, but Michelle, you are in for a treat. Galactic Center energy is exquisite. It is the brain, the heart, and the spirit of our home Milky Way galaxy. At the heart of our galaxy is a massive black hole, and out of that black hole comes beautiful downloaded spirit messages for us as a collective here on planet Earth. And with Uranus sitting right squarely on top of that point in your chart, you are part of something big. You're part of some just wave of new energy that came to the planet to revolutionize the game here on planet Earth. And so that's a big part of your life journey. And I am very much looking forward to reading for you. I'm going to quit babbling about that, but that is the initial thing that just jumped right out at me, and I felt that you had to know. So if you've ever just felt intuitively that you were somehow different or somehow here for a big, big reason, that is one of many things that just initially popped out of the just general chart of the day of your birth. Great. Michelle, as I do in all my general readings, I'm going to just flip this beautiful angel tarot deck over to see what you have for the energy of your overall energy for your reading. All right. You have the High Priestess, Archangel Haniel. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. This is a pivotal time for you. Another thing that initially popped out of your chart at me is that your sun, where it sits in Pisces, when you were born, it was sitting somewhere in the mid part of Pisces. You're like a little bit of early to mid Pisces. And over the last year, Neptune, the planet of spirit, the planet of psychic ability, the planet of your third eye opening, that planet has been drifting over and then retrograding over and then drifting over your sun, your natal sun. And yeah, it's a big deal. That means you've been having a huge spiritual impetus going on in the last year. This means this High Priestess energy is awakening in you in a big way. Definitely be listening to that intuition of yours, but at the same time have patience because there's a lot of other stuff going on for you right now. You've had some challenges in addition to these awakenings. In the last couple of years, another thing I noticed was that you did have your Saturn return within, say, end of 2016-ish, beginning of 2017. And that's a big milestone in your life. That's a big time where suddenly something radically shifts for you. Reality sort of comes in to meet you. Saturn is the reality planet. Saturn's the planet that makes you kind of sit up, take notice of whether or not you're actually accomplishing what you want, whether or not you are doing what you want, whether you're living your highest truth in your life. And sometimes you have to make big decisions, or it can be a big reckoning or a coming of age time. So since you've been dealing with some heavy stuff and you're also dealing with some really psychic stuff, this High Priestess energy definitely very valid for what's going on with you at the moment. Do have patience with yourself. There's some stuff you have to sort out before you're going to launch forward and be this divine feminine powerhouse that you were meant to be. Big things in store, the universe has in store for you. The High Priestess is all about this energy of divine feminine self-actualization. She is the guide. Archangel Haniel is that angel that helps you develop your psychic abilities, helps you develop your deep subconscious intuition, your dream state. Pay close attention to your dreams right now. You may be having quite vivid dream activity, or you might be having really great aha insight moments while you, say, meditate or while you are in a state of prayer. Whatever state of communion that you choose to enter into with the universe, with the divine, with God, Goddess, Source, whatever higher power you choose to subscribe to, they are really knocking on your door right now. And they're giving you these beautiful downloads. You can see here in her hand, she has this book. This book is sometimes referred to as, say, the Book of Life, in which your chart is recorded. All of the things that are sort of set in fixed points in time in your life. Points just like your astrological chart can identify certain points in time where you're going to hit certain milestones in your life and things are going to light up for you. You're going to have big aha moments, or you're going to hit a certain challenge, or something is going to become reinvented or fulfilled through you. This book is either your book of life, your astrological chart, your internal code, or it can be your own book of magic. Say in Wicca or in many pagan traditions, you have your book of spells, your book of shadows, your own secrets that you are now needing to write down because you're going to be channeling hardcore. If you're not already, you probably have been in the past year or so, or even more, been getting some divine insights or been getting inspirations about things, about looking at things differently or about having a higher cause, definitely be writing those down. If you don't have a journal or your own book of shadows, definitely get one. High Priestess, these are her attributes. Get a book of shadows if you don't have one already, or get a couple of them for different subjects. Things that you, just insights that you have, say in the shower, jump out of the shower, quick, write it down. Or if you don't like doing things on paper, you can do it digitally. You can do it into a voice recorder on your phone if you want to. But I like to write things down. I like to physicalize things just because it does make it real. It sort of manifests it down into this 3D game which we're playing. And we are here to play a 3D physical manifestation game. So yeah, definitely record your dreams. Start to record your own dream symbols, especially if you have some of the same dreams over and over again. If you're having similar dreams or dreams in which similar scenarios, maybe the exact same thing doesn't happen, but similar scenarios. Like, for instance, there was a time where I had a lot of dreams where somebody was chasing me and I couldn't get rid of them no matter how I tried, and it definitely related to things that were going on in my life at the time. So you're going to start kind of building your own dream code or your own inspiration code. Keep track of songs that come into your head for no reason, or memories, or if you're walking down the street and you see, say, synchronicities like billboards that seem to be talking just to you, or a passage in a book that is really poignant, start to write these things down and start to put dates on them. But definitely put dates on when they happen, because that's going to be how you keep track of how your life is unfolding and how things are manifesting for you, and how long it takes in time, in 3D space-time reality, for your inspirations to manifest in a physical way. And so you can start decoding your own internal psychic language. You're definitely going to want to develop that dialogue with your inner being or your higher mind. You can also see that the High Priestess holds this sort of serpent. It looks almost like a cosmic snake in her other hand. This points to hidden knowledge, or in the Judeo-Christian paradigm, forbidden knowledge. It's like the snake in the Garden of Eden who has forbidden knowledge and offers it to the divine feminine in the form of Eve. Now, of course, unfortunately, in that story, things have been twisted so that it's become divine feminine disempowerment sort of themes. But the divine feminine always has this relationship with the Shakti energy or the Kundalini energy. Look up Kundalini if you don't know what that means. Kundalini yoga, the Kundalini serpent that resides at the base chakra, the lowest chakra in our body. Start to study how to activate that, how to access that, because the serpent can refer to many things. It can refer to the knowledge that's in our own body, in our subconscious, on the very lowest level, on a DNA level. That's why the DNA looks like a serpent or a helix. It can also relate to your own healing in many ways. If you've been struggling with any sorts of body challenges or healing challenges, activating this energy, accessing this divine feminine Shakti energy within you can be done many ways, through certain types of yoga, through ecstatic dance, through doing anything that brings you joy. This energy can be activated. Joy, curiosity, fascination. This is the energy that you're looking for. And so combining those with keeping a record of your daily magical experience is going to turn you into this beautiful divine feminine self-actualized master. 2 in numerology points to this dualism. This dualistic universe that we're living in, which unfortunately recently has demonized, like I was saying, this type of divine feminine experience. This 2 number of duality can refer to our over-focusing on good versus evil, black, white, us, them, enemy-making energy, this very polarized sort of let's be at odds with each other energy that has been way too prevalent on the planet recently, and may be part of your divine journey to help to compensate for or to transform in that Uranus conjunct galactic center way. We're here to grow beyond this and to turn this into, from a number of duality and competition, an opposition to a number of balance, of partnership, of co-participation. This is the divine feminine being given given a seat at the table and being given equal consideration. This is us reconciling any warring belief systems within us, anything that's been pushing and pulling in our lives. So if you've had to go through some tough stuff in your life, and I suspect that you have, I can feel from your energy and also from your just the general energy of the chart where the planets were, that you are very resilient, that you have experienced duality in your life. You've experienced some hard things, especially maybe when you were young, some tough stuff, but that it has not broken you, and that it in fact has turned you into this amazing goddess becoming person that you are. This number of duality being transformed into a number of partnership can also point to the partnerships that are happening in your life, your relationships, whether they be romantic or collaboration relationships, friendships, family dynamics. You are here to balance these things. This is the energy of the High Priestess, this balancing, also outer and inward energy. If you are primarily a doer, if you work really hard, if you push through things with your action, and that's a strength. It's an outwardly directed, oriented, traditionally divine masculine strength of doing. It must now be balanced with the internal strength of being, of possibly sitting and having patience and considering carefully before you take that action, and maybe spending some quiet time in internal meditation or contemplation, connecting with higher mind, heart center, and the universe. So yeah, that was a lot for this first card, but this is definitely your card right now. Definitely reach out to Archangel Haniel if you feel so inspired. She may be able to hook you up with higher mind and give you some more of those wonderful downloads that you can then record in your book of becoming, your book of shadows. Beautiful. Okay, amazing overall energy, amazing intro to the spread. Those of you who are new and for whom this is your first of my readings that you've ever seen, welcome. I am going to lay down the quick cross spread, which is it's a spread that I invented for myself for my own use. Oh my God, cards going everywhere. Here is one card that is now chosen to sneak out while I've been shuffling. The first position in the spread is sort of present, recent past into present of where Michelle has been in her life. And the next card is going to pivot on the now moment, which is where all our power is, into the present, into near future. Since everything is actually happening now and time is an illusion, these cards are often very highly related. Sometimes they can be a choice, sometimes they can be building on each other, but regardless, they will be very, very hinged on this present moment. All right. Wow, the cards just want to go everywhere. It must be that Uranus conjunct galactic center energy. Really good stuff. This card wants to float off, so I'm going to let it. I like to shuffle in this very loose way, and it gives the cards just a natural chance to kind of sneak out on their own, so it doesn't feel like I'm controlling anything. It feels like I'm getting exactly the cards that I need. And I have invited all of my wonderful non-physical friends, my higher mind, my guides, my angels, my beloved dear ones who have passed on, and any entities of light and good who are interested in Michelle's process to help with her reading, as well as her own personal guides. Oh wow, cards just wanting to float off the top. So, I am laying down the vertical of the quick cross. So we've had recent past into present, present into near future. We're getting now a snapshot of where Michelle may be at present. Higher mind or mind energy, heart, and body subconscious wisdom. Hopefully we'll get some wisdom. Oh, just the top card for this spread, coming up from the base of the Kundalini. We've been getting a lot of great body subconscious wisdom lately in the general spreads. So I'm always happy to hear what the guides have to say from that. This card that I'm laying down now is what I like to call the help position. This is what can help Michelle on her journey, whether that be spiritual, mental, emotional, or physical aid. The last card in the spread is what some people like to call the outcome card. I like to call it the most probable direction that Michelle's life may be heading. Now, we are all sovereign, free, manifestational beings. And just because there's a general direction where the energy might be going doesn't mean that we don't have free will. So, Michelle, if you're seeing that this general energy is going to a place where maybe it might be challenging, you always have sovereign free will to take action or to take what the help card has to offer you to change your destiny, or at least react to the direction that you're going in your own special sovereign way. Looks like a card is already popping out, so here is your general, most probable direction. Great, that is the spread. Let's see what's been going on for you, my dear, in recent past into present. Okay, 5 of Earth. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. All right, this makes a lot of sense because this is where a lot of people are right now. Now, this card could have a couple of different meanings. If you're not worried specifically about money, this is an Earth card. Earth cards are all about issues regarding all the stuff that it takes to keep us alive and happy and thriving in this 3D space-time reality. So Earth cards can be about money. They can be about your day-to-day experience of life. They can be about your body. They can be about health issues as well as financial issues. And this is about your power to take what you know in your heart, which is that you are an abundant, powerful, amazing being, and bringing that to Earth and trying to find some way of connecting that in a solid, earthly, 3D manifesting way. Now, 5 numerologically is that number of sort of being halfway there. It's like you're sort of stuck, or you've been maybe debating a direction or having to make a choice between a couple of different things, and maybe nothing really feels that clear to you right now. Frankly, with Neptune rolling over your sun for the last year, I can understand the haze that can kind of, and the confusion that can happen, or that can bring. Also, you've got sort of a double dose of Neptune going on recently, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but let me just say that a lot of people are here. A lot of people are here, especially this month. The month of May is definitely, I don't know if you've seen my general reading yet, but if not, definitely check it out, because the month of May is all about Uranus changing signs and flipping from Aries into Taurus. And Taurus is definitely an earthy sign. It's the youngest of the earth signs, and it's about survival. It is about money issues. It's about food. It's about love and sustenance in very physical ways. And it's about health as well. So in a way, it's kind of about everything that we're about as humans in 3D space-time reality. So yeah, you may be dealing with either abundance issues or health issues, and that's totally fine to acknowledge that. Much of this may stem from your tendency to be all things to all people and to do everything on your own, to take on too much. Now, a lot of us are like this, especially being like you, being empathic, feeling so much of what's going on with everybody else. It's easy to feel everyone else's stuff and end up giving so much away that you put yourself last. And it's really, really hard to accept help yourself and maybe take some things off your plate and delegate some stuff. Yeah, this halfway there number, very much a human number. I've said before in my general readings that 5 is a very human number because we have 5 fingers and 5 toes on each of on 4 of our 5 major appendages. We have a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs, and this means this 5 is a very human. Let's give ourselves a break because we're all human number, and yeah, it can be scary staring at things that seem to be very life and death, physical realities. This is real stuff. So you may be also reconsidering what you want to do for abundance, or what you want to do that's going to help you thrive in a physical way going forward, and you're not quite sure about that. But that's okay. Again, lots of that going on in May because Uranus is shaking things up in Taurus, and when Uranus goes into Taurus, he's the lightning strike planet, again, the planet of revolution, and let's change everything. And so when that goes into an earth sign, which is all about food and my stuff and my money and health, then people can really have these trepidatious feelings. So let's see what's going on in the pivotal present into possibly near future. 4 of Earth. Okay. This is a foundational card. I always look at this as a sign that it might possibly be time for you to get outside if you can, if you have the time, if you're not dealing with like total emergency state right now. And if you are, that's fine. Do what you need to do to take care of whatever your initial or your immediate concerns are. But whenever you can, whenever you do get the time or the headspace or the energy space, get outside in nature and connect to the planet. This is really pivotal for, frankly, everyone in the month of May. But for you especially, you can feel this divine feminine earth spirit and these fairies of the universe and this secret sort of hidden pot of gold waiting for you. It's interesting. This might seem like a backtracking because we're going from 5 to 4, but it may be a step back that you need to take because you need to set a firm foundation for yourself. You may be feeling a little bit adrift or that things are just too chaotic, and stepping out, touching the planet, meditating. If you don't have a meditation practice or a prayer or a communion practice with the planet and with nature, definitely time to do that. This card has this caption that says, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, making good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. This can sometimes put people off because they're like, well, am I being too frivolous or too cautious with money? It's about your relationship in general to abundance. This may be about placing your feet firmly on the earth and realizing that it is your birthright to be abundant. It is your birthright to have all of your beautiful dreams and your wishes for fulfillment and your ability to thrive. It's your destiny to have this manifest in 3D physical reality in all the ways that you really want it to happen. Everything that you want to see real, touch it, taste it, feel it, smell it, lick it. It is your right to have that. And it might be time to go within, touch the planet, definitely get out there, get barefoot if you can. If you're in a climate where you can, get out there in the grass, put your feet on planet Earth. Sit there, be quiet, go within, go into your heart center, talk to Mother Earth, give your problems and all of your worries to her. Talk to her as if you are talking to an actual person. Give your worries to the planet. Set your foundation and start telling yourself a new story about your relationship to abundance. Abundance in all forms. Whether that has to do with actual money or whether that has to do with having people around you who support you and the help that you can get from other people. Whether that has to do with gifts of time, effort, or other energy that other people can give you. Or that your spirit guides, your secret, I like to call them Team Michelle in non-physical. I have a Team Izzy and both teams are here tonight for you. So you've got this wonderful cadre, this entourage of non-physical friends, be it beloved dear ones who have passed on, be it your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your totem spirit animals, and also non-physical entities that we wouldn't even recognize. So you've got a cadre of support and the mother planet, the most stable foundation. I call this card a foundational number because 4 is a number of foundation. When you have 4 legs on a chair or 4 legs on a table, you feel like you can really rest weight on it and trust it as a foundation. You have 4 posts at the corners of a house foundation. You feel like you can build something then that will stand the test of time and will be trustworthy for you. So definitely needing to find a better story for yourself about how much you relate to money and abundance. Abundance in all forms. That doesn't have to be actual money, but all types of abundance, miraculous good luck things that just happen naturally to you. Maybe you're just that lucky person. And tell yourself a different story about abundance, about your health, about thriving, about your right to be here as an amazing manifested physical being and to have a really good time here on planet Earth. So that's what this pivotal present moment is about right now. Let's see what you're doing in your energy centers, mind or higher mind. Knight of Water. Yep. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. Yes, you've got a lot of water going on. Water is all about feelings. Water is about relationships and relating to others. And water is about the heart, how much you nurture your own heart center. Now, it's the Knight of Water, so this is a protective energy coming in to help you during this time from higher mind, to help you through whatever hurdles that you're going through, either on a bodily, physical level or on a monetary abundance level, and also to your understanding and your beliefs and your relationship to both those concepts. Knight of Water, extremely protective, very idealistic, romantic, sort of the dream guy, right? Or the dream girl. It doesn't matter. Sexes don't matter in tarot. This is a male figure, but it's more about the energy of the card. This could signify a person coming into your life who has these attributes or who could be a water sign like a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. This could also be you. And this is kind of what I'm getting off of this card. This is very much also aspects of you. You have so much water going on in your chart. You are definitely water-based, Pisces, very spiritual, very intuitive, and very feeling-based. You feel deeply. And right now, there's a couple of things going on that could be affecting your relationships. Not only this sort of physical thriving stuff, but how you relate in your life. Right now, currently, based on the general chart that I was able to take a look at, Uranus coming out of Aries and going into Taurus mid-month has already made a conjunction to your natal Vesta. And your Vesta is a lesser known asteroid or minor planet in the zodiac. And she signifies relationships when it comes to matters of female politics. So it's about your sovereignty as a woman, the things and people you're truly devoted to, your need to be a fully formed human being and assert your independence, or it's like the polarity between relating to someone or someone's and getting what you need out of relationships. Vesta can also have to do with situations that involve more than one woman and one man. So read that how you want to. I know you're going to take your own intuitive takeaways, but look for situations in your life, whether it be at work or in your relationships romantically or in your family relationships, where there's a lot of female energy surrounding possibly like one pivotal male power figure. And really pay pay attention, because higher mind wants you to pay attention to that. This could be a pivotal time for your relationships of all types, whether that be romantic or whether it be just relationships that have to do with your sovereignty versus how much power you give away to someone else, possibly a male figure. So yeah, definitely the need to balance your emotions. You're going to need to practice a lot of self-love, definitely connect to the planet and to all of your divine feminine rising energy, that high priestess energy. Again, like I said, you've got a lot of Neptune stuff going on. Neptune's been rolling over your natal sun, and actually right now, yeah, you also have got some Saturn stuff going on in the sign of Capricorn, where your natal Neptune is hanging out. Your natal Neptune, again, the spirit of, or the planet of spirit and psychic ability, and your relationship to the cosmos and the deeper universe, and to God, the God force or the goddess force, however you want to play it. Saturn in Capricorn has already conjuncted your natal Neptune and is now retrograde and is going right back over it again for the remainder of this year, and then coming back again for a third time. I think it's like he's coming back over your sign, over your natal Neptune, like end of May, and then going direct again in November. So you got a lot of Neptune going on, which might make you a little bit confused. And that Vesta stuff, it's relationships, it's spirituality. Wow. Did I mention there was a lot going on with you? Lots of things. This could also be like literal social events, romantic events, weddings you have to attend during the year, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you're thinking about getting married or wanting to. This is in the mind. So this could be something that's just on your mind that you're wishing for. Yeah. There's a hidden treasure below the waves in all that Neptune energy. So definitely balance yourself. Make sure you're not giving too much away to others, or not being open enough. You know who you are, and I have this feeling it's about giving away too much power or not paying enough attention to your heart center. But down here in the depths, in the quietness of the ocean below the surface, you can see here, there's a lot of loudness going on with the Knight of Water on the surface. Things that might be in your face and very real right now, but there's a hidden Holy Grail. And this Holy Grail always points to that divine, feminine, goddess, intuition energy. And I know that's in you and that you can find that. Beautiful. Heart stuff. Speaking of all this romantic, watery. Queen of Earth. This is who you really are right now. We're moving from disempowering ideals about physical reality to more empowering foundational beliefs, to total mastery of physicalized manifestation. So yeah, this is, again, this balancing act of whether or not you pay attention to the needs of others, which you can get lost in your Neptunian energy. But you do need to accept help from others. So this could be what this card is pointing to. This make time for those around you. Perhaps you need to enter into a collaboration or a new community with more supportive people that you can depend on in a very earthly, let's get things done way. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. You may be used to being very forceful, and again, you've got a lot of energy also in your chart. With that, again, galactic center conjunct Uranus, everyone in your generation at about that time is this kind of powerhouse. You've also got some heavy Mars-Pluto stuff in your chart, which makes you very powerful person. Queen of Earth, another court card. So this could be another person coming into your life to teach you these types of things. Again, sexes don't matter. So it could be a male person, but it could be an earth sign. Yeah, so watch out for those Capricorns, Tauruses, and Virgos in your life, possibly teaching you a thing or two about thriving in 3D reality? Beautiful. Yeah. This may be, it's interesting. It's balancing these opposites. The High Priestess, again, is a 2, so it's about balancing and finding the sweet spot in the middle of trying to go within and be self-centered in a really good way, self-centered in a spiritual, internal, let's take stock of where I am and let's feel it out. Let's really take the time to feel out what I want to do before I take action. But also finding time for those around you who are worth your while. This is a good distinction to make. Don't give your energy away to people who are emotional and psychic vampires. And you can feel those people. You know who they are. They're the ones that make you want to just curl up in a ball after they leave the room because you're just so tired of giving them your energy. Make sure you are surrounding yourself with a community of grounded, wonderful, supportive, heart-based people. You may, and this is coming up strongly again, if you don't already, you may want to find a women's group or a yoga practice, something that can give you this feeling of support and abundance and empowerment. Maybe there's a women's empowerment or self-actualization or a women's business group that you can join that will help you to have more empowered ideas. Or maybe it's a healing modality that you're seeking, so possibly yoga or a spiritual circle that you may be seeking. You really need supportive community, and it's from the heart. You want to make sure that even the higher mind card is about the heart energy because it's a water card. It's talking about trusting feelings and going within and making sure you find that divine feminine holy grail intuition and stay in the heart center. And the heart center is telling you to be grounded and to surround yourself with trustworthy community and to know that this Queen of Earth energy could also be coming up within you. This could be this beautiful time right now of Saturn going over your Neptune recently in Capricorn. Is this definitely practical, let's make our dreams real. This may be the solution to your questions about thriving. Because look at this beautiful, empowering vertical that is developing here. You've got all of this spiritual Neptune force. Neptune rules your sign of Pisces. My goodness, you've got a lot of your ruling planet coming in, beaming in, some sort of spiritual thing going on. Possibly this uncertain self-employment, maybe you need to start exploring collaborations or healing modalities, things that help people thrive in a health-based way or in an energetic, heart-based, spiritual way. Maybe it's time to start exploring ways of producing abundance that are connected to these spiritual modalities. My intuition and frankly all of my gut right now is telling me that you have some serious psychic gifts to bring to the planet, and what modality you choose is up to you, as long as it's heart-based, as long as it makes you feel empowered, and as long as you do get monetary compensation for it. You must definitely make sure that you're not just giving away your energy and diffusing it for free to people. You need to start training for doing something that will actually support you in a real Saturn in Capricorn conjunct your Neptune way. So Saturn, the planet of reality, conjunct Neptune, the planet of dreams. So make your dreams real. And Capricorn wants to know, how is this going to work in a business function? So this is Queen of Earth energy, definitely. All converging in your heart center. So listen to the heart, stay grounded, and stay out of the crazy-making energy vampire space. Definitely start looking at your belief systems and culling things from your life that are sucking energy and vitality from you. And you know what those are and who those people are by how they feel. Gorgeous. Yep. Root level, 9 of air. Oh, you've got some stuff in your mind place. This is monkey mind panic survival mode. Expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, and sleepless nights. This is, yeah, that card of the monkey mind that won't leave you alone. The little worries that keep you up, and the anxieties. Possibly anxiety at a very root level. And that's okay. That's okay. Again, this stuff is real, and it's happening now for so many people. So much is happening at this point. This is a very, Uranus was very much in play when you were born, and Uranus is in play now. There's a big changeover happening, and we've all got to figure out how we're going to thrive here on planet Earth and not drive ourselves nuts, because we've been in a very bad mind space for a long time here on the planet. And this is all about your body root level anxiety telling you that you need to take back your power of manifestation. This is these concepts that I was talking about building a better foundation, a better relationship with money, a better relationship with health, a better relationship with thriving and manifesting. I mean, look how empowered she feels. She's got this cauldron of plenty that just overflows with so much abundance that she can not only support herself, but she can throw money towards any cause that's important to her. Think of the amount of thriving that you deserve, that your heart center knows that you deserve to have manifested in your life. Think of the good that could be done, not only when you have all of your dreams and all your wishes and all the stuff, the real stuff you want to have. Because there's nothing wrong with having stuff, especially when you produce so much abundance that you can give it away to others too. Wonderful. Oh, and that's a little thing that I missed here on the Four of Earth card, giving to those less fortunate. Maybe the sense of community that you're going to find is your ability to help others in some way based on the experiences that you've had in your life. You've gone through some stuff in your life, and you have wisdom to impart to others who are in the same place or who are feeling adrift at this time. Perhaps this is your healing modality that you're entering into. This is maybe the community that you're needing to build around yourself, making sure that you are giving your energy not to energy vampires, but to those with whom you find an affinity because they're trying to self-actualize the same way you are. You are perhaps a teacher, a healer of some sort, and definitely someone who manifests so much abundance that they can help not only themselves, but the people whom they love and the world. Big, beautiful thing. So this anxiety, this is a 9, which is a fun inside joke about this card. Air cards, again, all about what your monkey mind is telling you that may not be actually the case. 9 is the end of a cycle. 9 means you've almost come to a point where you've had enough of this. Enough of expecting the worst of what you deserve in your life, or expecting the worst of what is possible. The self-fulfilling prophecies and the sleepless nights brought on by a mind that is just anxious, creating this survival anxiety down here. You are a goddess, and a goddess knows that she has the source-given, divinely given right to manifest beautiful, heart-based, loving, abundant, life-giving things onto the planet without the little monkey mind, or without anxieties, or without disempowering beliefs getting in the way and cutting those off. This is our power. This is the end of this for you. You're going to find a way, a more empowering way to relate to these topics that you want so much, and to allow them into your life, because these are self-fulfilling prophecies. Our power is in the now. Our power is in our ability to say, my name, so Michelle, a person who, and fill in the blank. If you find that you're filling in the blank with something that's not good, a person who can't get what she wants, a person who can't manifest abundance or well-being in a physical way, a person whose relationships are not fulfilling right now. If you fill in the blank with a disempowering thing, guess what? The universe hears that, and the universe doesn't take it personally. The universe doesn't judge what you say. It is simply a mirror, and it reflects and produces those things. And so this is the card that is the inside joke, that you're coming to the end of a cycle of your own disempowerment and your own lack of belief that you can be a goddess embodied, the high priestess, master of both the earthly plane of abundance and having all the stuff and the yumminess and the physical pleasure and all the things that we want to experience here in, frankly, the school or the virtual reality experience or the play environment of planet Earth. It all depends on how you look at it. You could look at it as a testing ground, which, yes, it is. And it's here for the development of our soul, but it's also here as a place where we get to have fun. So you can be both this physicalized, blissful creature that has overflowing abundance, and also this magical high priestess who lives in the realm of spirit, in the realm of Neptune, your ruling planet, and gets to have magical experiences, synchronous, spiritual, unexplainable to the rest of the world experiences. And maybe it's your life purpose to possibly explain those things. Explain what you're going through on a spiritual level. Connect that to planet Earth and teach and heal. And you watch those grateful people who connect with you, the community that you build. You watch them say, here, I must give you energy in the form of monetary abundance and all sorts of other gifts, because you have made my experience so much more beautiful. So this is ending, and it's a self-induced thing. This means you have power over it. It doesn't mean that I'm sitting here blaming you or that your guides are saying, hey, dummy, stop doing this. This is me saying you have power to end this cycle. And your body's subconscious wisdom knows this. That's why it's so important to give your problems to the planet right now, and to open up higher mind and heart, and to hear that aha inspiration, lightning strike. Gorgeous. Okay, let's take a look at the help card, because wow, that inside joke was, yep. They really want you to know, the guides, sometimes the help card is a cautionary card. Sometimes this is another mind card. You notice how the mind cards are sort of trepidatious and nervous and anxious? Plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. So this is what the High Priestess card meant by being patient with yourself at this time. You've got a lot going on. I mean, I just took the barest, smallest little peek at a general chart that didn't even have like your rising sign correct. It didn't even have all the houses correct. It was just kind of where the planets were on that day, like at noon. So I took a look at that, and there's so much going on with you. You need to be very, very, very gentle with yourself. There's stuff with relationships. There's stuff about your own health. Your Chiron right now, and Chiron again is another minor planet that some astrologers refer to as being any deep pain that we need to, the source of any vibration of deep pain in our life. So this is old childhood wounds. This is bodily challenges that may or may not be chronic. This is possibly very old emotional stuff, disempowering things that happened in your life, or disempowering beliefs that were installed a long time ago. So Chiron's being activated right now by Neptune hanging out over your natal sun. Neptune is squaring Chiron right now. So you might be having all sorts of stuff to process at this moment. Plus you've got relationship stuff with the Uranus conjunct natal Vesta, and yeah, Oh my goodness. Yeah, you've also got like Chiron conjuncting your natal Jupiter this year. So there's a lot of Chiron energy, meaning you're processing so much deep pain. And not all of it might be from this lifetime, just so you know. A lot of it might be from, I mean, there might be a lot of junk from this lifetime, but there might be a lot of stuff from previous lives, or like I'd like to say, concurrent lives, because everything's really now. Time is an illusion that we create for this game in 3D physical reality. But you might be pulling together and processing a whole bunch of stuff, not only from this life, but from concurrent lives, and maybe Earth, collective, galactic center, serious double duty processing that you're doing on a very subconscious level. And this is why the High Priestess card wants you to be patient. Definitely be patient, because there's some stuff that needs to be cleared out before this can manifest in its most masterful and rooted and trustworthy and foundational form. You want this to last. You want to come out of this phase of your life being a fully formed goddess and a high priestess in your own right. And you want to do that by making sure that you don't get stuck in the merry-go-round energy of this monkey mind. Again, 9 of air and 7 of air, both interesting inside jokes because they're kind of trepidatious mind anxiety cards. But the 9 is about an end of a cycle, and the 7 is about Uranian lightning strike genius. So Uranus conjunct Vesta, this is definitely that situation where you're either having to fight or balance your own sovereignty versus what somebody else wants of you in your life, or there's a situation with a lot of girls and like guys in power. Maybe you have a lot of female friends, or you have you're in your family with a lot of women, and it's all about how women relate to the patriarchy. This could also be your Neptunian psychic Uranian connection in your High Priestess way to the whole Me Too movement energy that's been going on, where a lot of like secret dark abuses have been brought to light, and lots of women are now ganging up on men in power. And it's time. It's been a long time coming, and it's definitely well deserved in most cases. So yeah, you've got all of this spinning right now. 7 is, again, that number of Uranian genius, lightning strike, aha, future is now, let's make things better now energy. It is the number of, I like to call it stupid luck that you can't explain. So if you can manage this within yourself, and this is definitely a storm, Neptune energy creates sometimes a hurricane of stuff inside you, forces that are pulling against each other, possibly need for reconciliation or wanting revenge, or you ping pong back and forth between very strong emotions. And people involved in your life right now might have very strong opinions or very strong emotions, or you might have a crowd of disempowering people that are sort of ringing you and being haters and being disempowering. But if you can overcome this and find that secret holy grail inside you, this is going to be the most amazing transformation that you have ever gone through. And it is going to be, so worth it. So worth it. So keep your center, stay in the heart and higher mind, and do what you can to ground out this anxiety. Definitely physicalize your spiritual practice, whether that be through yoga or some other sort of, maybe Tai Chi or ecstatic dance, any sort of physicalization of this higher energy, bringing it down through your chakras, down to your root, your base, and even the earth star that's below your feet. You want to, when you're meditating, definitely touch the planet and imagine yourself growing big, strong roots, just like a big tree, and connecting to Mother Earth. And that will help to ground this anxiety and to give these problems to your mother. She's been around for billions of years. She can take it. And she can help you get through this. That being said, make sure that you don't dissipate your mind energy right now trying to solve this with your conscious mind. The conscious mind is definitely not your friend right now. Higher mind and heart and grounding to the planet are your friends. Don't let people talk you into or out of anything right now. Things you need to be very, very deliberate in your self-analysis, in your feeling things out, because there's more going on than meets the eye. You may be dealing with all sorts of relationship weirdness or political machinations behind the scenes. You may not have the whole story in what's going on with people around you or even with yourself. You may not have dug up all the Chiron stuff or all the Pluto-Mars stuff. Like, there could be some shadows swimming down there. And this is about having the courage to transform those and to realize that they do bring gifts. And once you're over them, once you've had your Uranian lightning strike aha moment that's been able to dissipate all these things, then you will come out very, very strong. This is also about making sure that you're not fighting battles that are not worth it right now. Just don't die on hills where the goal at the top is not worth it for you. You can feel it. You can feel when you're dissipating energy to people and situations and, obligations that are just not worth it to you. So wherever you can in your life, put things on hold, give yourself a little space, go within, start physically moving and connecting to the planet and surrounding yourself with better humans and spirit guides. Looks like you're going to have more supportive energy coming in from higher mind and heart. Let's see where the general probable direction is heading right now. The Magician. Look at this beautiful empowerment. What did I say about if you can hold your center and get through this? Reinvention of self. Number 1. This is all about you. This is the card that comes right before the High Priestess. So this is her male counterpart. You are balancing your Pluto-Mars, let's get it done, let's power through things energy with your Neptune and Uranus and Chiron. Let's heal, let's go into our divine feminine, let's relate to our holy grail of creativity that's within us. You have so much creativity that is just ready to come out. And maybe things in your life are just going to have to move. There's some stuff that's going to have to just go. It's almost, with all the Neptune in your chart, it may be feeling a little bit like a flash flood right now, that things are just going to be washed away suddenly, perhaps. However, you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is truly magical. I always like to tell people, magic is real. When people say there is no magic, that's the big lie. We are magical beings. We came here to manifest 3D space-time reality out of our dreams and into physical experience. This is what we're here to do. And we can make that joyful play. We can make that deliberate science of creation. We can look at it any way that we want to, as long as it's empowering and we become this beautiful, completely realized figure. This is a person who you can see has focused themselves, knows who they are, and you can see that he's a very Saturn-like character. Saturn is called the old man of the planets, or Father Time, or this figure always reminds me of Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, the wise old wizard who's been around the block a couple times and knows what's what, and knows what is worth their focus and effort and time and what is not, and how to take the energy, the total Uranian lightning strike energy of higher mind and creative source, channel it through their own focus. And you can see he's channeling this energy through his finger, which means he's directing it to his own will and creating 3D space-time reality. The roses in this illustration signify that he's been through some stuff. This is the color of blood and the color of living some life. And so this is you as well. These are the painful but pivotal experiences. The fuel for your fire. The stuff that may have been so hard it felt like it was unbearable at the time. But this is the fuel for your beautiful, focused fire that you're going to now share with the world. White lilies are the symbol of purity and being the inner child. That Uranus figure, that Uranus conjunct galactic center in your chart, and also the heavy Neptune energy, means that you know what it's like to be at one, to be at peace with spirit. Deep down on a very heart-centered, deep consciousness level, you know this is in you. And if you can approach life with the joy of a child, and yet use your previous experiences to add focus and mastery to your process, you can create whatever it is that you're envisioning, as long as it's for your highest good and for the highest good of all. This is the secret of being the wizard. You can see here, hopefully you can see this, his halo above his head is rainbow colored, and he's got all of the 4 elements at his belt, meaning he's completely balanced, meaning that wherever in your life that you are not balanced, say you're not rooted and you haven't been listening to your body well enough, or you haven't been using or moving or loving your body enough. Maybe you haven't been nurturing yourself in the heart center. These cards are a good illustration of these elements: mind, heart, and body. It seems that you may have plenty of spirit because there isn't any fire on this board just yet. And the Magician card is hugely archetypal of big spirit energy and creative will. So that's good. You just need to make sure that all of these areas in yourself are balanced and that all your chakras are aligned. If you don't know much about chakras, definitely just get online, learn something about them. They're the real deal. We do have energy centers in our bodies, and as we become more sensitive, as we take better care of ourselves and listen to our heart, we're guided to take care of our instruments in a way, not only physically so that we're physically thriving, but energetically that we're thriving, that all of our chakras are open, that one of them isn't blocked and malfunctioning, and so that can manifest as an inability to manifest certain things in our lives. So yeah, all the things. Archangel Raziel, another archangel, Raziel and Haniel. You asked actually in your email whether or not sometimes you get a clue about guides. Well, in this Angel Tarot deck, we definitely get a clue as to what angels are hanging around looking at your process right now. Raziel and Haniel. The two sides of the magical mastery, spiritual self-actualization coin. Raziel is the old wise wizard who teaches you esoteric knowledge and the power of being self-determined and focused and doing all the things that you want to do and looking out for number one, looking out for yourself. And Haniel, the angel of intuition and divine feminine and going within. So you've got both sides here, doing and with her being. And you need both. So this is amazing. Really gorgeous probable direction. Plus overall energy. 2 major arcana, 2 angels, definitely helping you out. I would highly recommend you do some research on them, reach out to them. If you're an artist, maybe paint some paintings of them and set them up on whatever little altar or special space you meditate in, or do some research on the crystals or the flowers or the essential oils that they're associated with. If you meditate with those and possibly work with those, just commune with them, and also with the planet. Great. I think you're going to get some results that can help with this anxiety that's going on. Sometimes I get the inspiration to clarify cards, but this, again, this is the caution of making sure you stay out of the anxiousness and the monkey mind disempowering stuff. Staying in the heart, knowing that you have a huge amount of divine support and that you are terribly, awesomely powerful, and hugely spiritual and emotional. So yeah, just stay away from this energy. You know what it feels like. It feels like anxiety. It feels like panic. It feels like overwhelm. It feels like obligation. Just stay away. As many areas of your life that you can cut this out. Whatever makes you feel bad or makes you feel anxious, take steps now to start moving that out of your life. And I know it might feel difficult, especially if there are people and their opinions attached to it. But look what you have. You have the possibility, and I'm just getting this feeling about the self-employment thing, that you're going to find a new calling or a life purpose on this path of bringing spirit from the ideal, from the non-physical down to earth and turning it into some sort of abundant, amazing thing. But you can't do it by disempowering yourself, and you can't do it by continuing to listen to the external stuff. Turn off your phone, don't read the news, just sequester yourself and give yourself that high priestess time to go within and be patient and possibly journal in your own book. Good stuff. Write your own story. Wow, so much energy coming through. Wow, Michelle, you got it going on. I'm really very excited for you. I can't tell you enough how excited I am for you. I kind of want to do the Life Changes deck, the butterfly deck, and also the flower deck. The flowers deck is very supportive for shortcuts and will possibly help maybe soothe this energy that's going on here. All right. Friends, for those of you who have not seen this is my shortcut process. It's a quick and dirty 3-card reading that I do, that I invented for myself, that sometimes can give us extra information on the spread. Since I don't feel like these need to be clarified because they've given a help card and both of these cards are inside joke empowered numerological cards. I am going to refine our message with the shortcuts. The flower deck is very supportive and soft and emotionally loving and can help with anxieties. All right, flip the deck. Open your third eye, Echinacea. It is safe for you to open your center of clairvoyance. By doing so, you'll see the truth. Absolutely. There's so much psychic energy going on with you. Really, a lot. With this much Neptune involved, you are psychic to the max recently, and it may be quite overwhelming unless you ground and unless you make sure you cleanse this third eye chakra. Echinacea, a good herb possibly for you if you're facing some relatable physical well-being things. It may be relevant to you as a healing agent. Also, anything related to the third eye chakra, like perhaps amethyst crystals or essential oils that are helpful to open the third eye. Just do some research online to do that. But definitely know that it's safe for you to become more psychic. As long as you stay out of the anxiety place and make sure you ground by meditating and doing that whole exercise where you feel the roots and you see, like you imagine roots going into the ground from your feet or your base chakra into the earth. Ground yourself securely and then open your third eye and see what comes through, because you are the high priestess. Beautiful. cut. Let go of anxiety. Lavender, calm your nerves and you'll be able to hear the voice of your angels. Look at this. We asked about anxieties, and here's another herb and plant spirit. Everyone knows sort of about human consciousness and animal consciousness, but we very seldom actually think about plant consciousness. Plants are very, very wise. And a lot older than us in many ways. Like, they've been here on the planet for longer than we have. And so lavender, echinacea, these plant spirits coming forth, possibly you might want to experiment with some aromatherapy, especially if you're having trouble here in the sleep department at your root level. Lavender as a essential oil can be great aromatherapy, and make sure you don't have any sensitivities, but sometimes if you put it in a carrier oil, just one drop, a lot of lavender is really powerful. So make sure you find a variety or a brand that is 100% organic and has a scent that you can deal with, that feels helpful and soothing to you, and start using it. There's a lot of documentation, again, online to show you how to safely use essential oils. Definitely want to use a diluting carrier oil that you don't have a reaction to for lavender, because it's super potent, and it helps with a lot of other things too. Turns out if you're dealing with some health things, you might want to get online and take a look at the helpful attributes of, say, echinacea or lavender essential oil to help you with bodily well-being in lots of ways. But lavender definitely, you can see this beautiful violet color, definitely related to the third eye chakra as well. So this can help you in your psychic journey. Right, I'm cutting again. Open your arms to receiving, eucalyptus. You've prayed for help, now be open to accepting it. Aha! Open yourself to receiving the solution to your anxieties or your worries right now. The wisdom to accept. Help from others, help from your guides, help from your higher mind and your heart, and from planet Earth. Eucalyptus could be another plant helper that may be relevant to your life journey right now. Eucalyptus also, you can get it in an oil form for aromatherapy. It's super opening. It makes you really alert, and it may help you to, again, like I said, opening, to accept the abundance that you deserve, and the help, and the thriving, and the well-being on all levels, and the clarity of information that you're seeking. We have to accept, we have to be open to receiving before the universe can give us anything. We are sovereign beings, and the universe kind of has to listen to us. If we say, oh no, it can't happen right now, the universe says, okay. If we're open, and if we give ourselves affirmation like, I receive abundance, I receive help, I receive all good things that the universe has to offer me. And I do so without anxiety, and I am open to the clairvoyant messages that the universe and higher mind and my spirit guides and my beloved non-physical Team Michelle. I'm open to all good things that Team Michelle has in store for me. So yeah, beautiful. Open your arms to receiving, let go of that anxiety, and open up your psychic ability. It's time. This is beautiful. So excited for you. Okay, I'm going to do another shortcut with these butterfly cards, because they are great for these crazy life-changing times that are going on right now for many of us, but specifically for you, I feel like they're also very gentle and wonderful. So, okay. Let's do some healing from the past. Remember how I said that you're probably right now processing a lot of stuff, maybe from past lives or concurrent lives, maybe from just the past that you've lived. But this is that time to forgive yourself, be really good to yourself, make sure that you are so gentle with your psyche and your heart at this time. This is big stuff that you're dealing with, and you're a really powerful processor of darkness into light, obviously. It's obvious from the energy of this reading, and it's obvious from just the generalities that I was able to glean from your chart. Really, really powerful stuff. So don't worry, you'll be given what you need for this. The guides, again, your higher mind and your heart are open conduits. Again, spend enough time in nature and in quiet places that you can hear this and that you can hear what you're meant to hear, and possibly go within and maybe talk to child self. I find this very useful to go, when I'm meditating or when I'm in contemplation, go inside, and literally it's as if now me, or I call myself future me, goes back to talk to my child self and tells her, hey, you know, these things that these people did, they weren't right, or these things that happened to you, you absolutely have every right to feel bad. And yet we have become an amazing person, and we're about to become an even more amazing person because of those things that happened, and because of the meaning that we can take away from them, and possibly the power that we can carry forward and help to heal others who have gone through similar things. This can be really a powerful exercise to just go back and talk to your younger self and be the champion maybe that child did not have and needed at that time. Gorgeous. Okay, cutting. Join in. Obviously, they're coming through really strong with this sense of community. You definitely need a spiritual or a manifestational support system. Possibly finding groups that espouse a more empowering belief system that you really want to get into and marinate in that uplifting energy. Whether, again, it's taking classes that you're interested in, or going to seminars, or getting online and talking to people who are really on board with this thriving energy, this energy of mastery that you're going into. Both practical, abundant, earthy energy, and also magical energy. You want both. So, and again, physically, anything that's physically working and thriving. Okay. Hobbies. Again, your interests may be changing at this moment, and this may be a source of this sort of indecision and uncertainty with you. Your interests may be taking a giant left turn because of all this awakening Uranus, Neptune, and even Saturn on your Neptune recently energy. And also the Chiron energy, because you're needing some sort of deeper communion with the meaning from the past things that have happened, or maybe past life things that have happened. You're changing your interests right now, and that's okay. And like the High Priestess said, again, just be patient, give yourself enough time to sample things. Joining in doesn't mean just joining in and being a true believer of something and never questioning. Joining in means that you just need to start moving in circles that are interested in the same things that you're interested in right now. And giving yourself permission to leave behind the stuff that you used to maybe spend your time on that is not as fulfilling for you right now. It's totally okay for you to focus on new things. All right, gorgeous. Yeah, pursue that which fascinates you. Find a brotherhood, sisterhood, personhood. Find a group of entities who really get you. And be good to yourself, because you're healing a lot of this old stuff. Again, so much going on. So much going on with you. It's all good though. Guides promise. It might not be fun right now. Ugh. Not all of this stuff is fun, but so worth it. Somehow it's gonna pay off. Okay, let's figure out what the Angel Answers cards have to say for Michelle. Ha! If they didn't say it before, ask for help from others. Possibly you need some new mentors. Possibly you need to go get some coaching. There are so many manifestational, beautiful coaches out there. Just start to follow your nose. Get on YouTube and look up manifesting abundance or manifesting health or manifesting empowerment or divine feminine rising, any of those amazing terms that are floating around out there in the zeitgeist right now. Look for a Gandalf figure, look for a community. Look at this, hopefully you can see this illustration of these two sisters here, this one empowered mentor and this one who seems younger and more like a student. This is really beautiful, supportive energy. Maybe in the past you've been used to going it alone. Maybe you've been used to really having to be the strongest person in the room and maybe take care of the craziness around you. Maybe you have a great will and a great well of energy, and you've had to draw from that a lot recently and maybe over your whole life. But somewhere out there, there's a supportive, I want to say sisterhood, because of so much divine feminine. I mean, it could be people of both sexes or all sexual identities. But I'm really feeling this need for divine feminine, intuitive psychic development. So anything that you can do to connect to that and find support, especially when you're having these moments or these moments. Maybe, again, like I said, women's groups, women's business groups, women's manifestational circles, women's psychic circles, if you want to learn more about psychic abilities. There's tons of good stuff out there. So yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help from others. It's there. Also, your spirit guides. When you connect to the planet, when you have those meditation times, when you are able to quiet your monkey mind and get in the heart to find that hidden treasure that's waiting for you, reach out to your guides and wait for those moments of inspiration that come. Again, sometimes it's like you're in the shower or you're driving. Anytime your monkey mind zones out, it's like higher mind has this like crack that it can like sneak something good into your life, and you may get some aha moments from your guides. Gorgeous. Okay, my dear, this has been an incredibly powerful, cathartic reading, hopefully for you. You have every reason to feel like this right now. Absolutely every reason to feel adrift, to feel overwhelmed, to feel anxious. But you know what? You got this. You got two incredibly powerful flip sides of the deepest magic there is, bookending your reading, taking care of you, fostering you through this development process. And you have incredibly wonderful, romantic, higher mind, heart-based energy coming through. Maybe some exciting stuff, maybe some fun things that are a respite from whatever is going on. But all transforming you into a master of both the non-physical and the physical realms of really satisfying manifestation. Beautiful. Okay. I am going to do your victory reward dice roll to see what you can do in a fun, bubbly, very lighthearted way to make sure that you're rewarding yourself for this incredible journey that you're on. I really am so excited for you and can't wait to see how it works out. Again, be good to yourself, especially over the next few months to maybe the beginning of 2019, because you've got some serious things coming your way. Just big conjunctions, big like energy shifts, and all of it's real. And again, you definitely have every reason to feel this way, but the more you can feel empowered, the more you can connect with your body and the planet and your higher mind and your heart, and the more that you can develop your psychic stuff, the more you're going to be able to weather all of this and possibly fade it out until it's just kind of an annoyance in the background. We want to upgrade our problems. This is one of our goals, is to upgrade our problems until, our problems are mostly first world problems that are manageable and not survival issues, right? We did come into a 3D space-time reality that is based on contrast, and we do need some sort of challenging stuff to grow, but deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. That means be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and yet set your own boundaries. Be kind to the others that you know are your community. The ones that you need to cut loose, do so in a business-like, non-personal way. Cut those crazy-making energy vampires out of your life in a very impersonal, not mean, not like vindictive, because all of that bounces back and hurts you anyway. So just make sure you're cutting the crazy makers out in a very no-nonsense, it's not personal, it's just not working for me anymore way. And concentrate on the things that empower you and bring you joy. And something big and abundant is coming your way, as well as extremely magical. So, so good. So let's reward you in a fun way that can make your heart sing. I'm going to choose one of these dice. I'm closing my eyes. Which one will it be? Okay. See a movie. This is a very Neptunian way of rewarding yourself. See a movie that makes you happy. Please see a movie about empowerment or that has a fun, happy ending. Maybe with one that has divine feminine and divine masculine archetypes that you love, that paints a picture of a world with magic and also complete, wonderful physical fulfillment. And whatever makes your heart sing in this film. It doesn't have to be a new movie in the theater. It could be an old standby that you really, really love that you just see again because it's the gift that keeps on giving. Awaken in yourself the feelings of bliss, happiness, of recognition that magic belongs in your life and that you're deserving and that you're just a really vital, special, empowered, manifesting being. It's really, it's really your time right now. Again, very excited for you. So yeah, see a movie. Remember you're a magician and a high priestess. Start writing a better and more empowered story in your own book of shadows. And stay away from the monkey mind. Stay with this. Stay in the heart and the higher mind. And you're going to get through this. And you're going to come out on the other side as something almost unrecognizable to yourself. I can't wait to see it. I'm very, very excited for you. Thank you so very much for allowing me to serve you with this reading. I hope you get out there and be good to yourself. Stay shiny. And for those of you who have joined us for this personal reading, I thank you. Please, all of you, be good to yourselves. And I will see you in my next general reading. Bye-bye.